I grow tired of this. Honestly, I consider just not doing a live at all. But I've only missed one game to date, and wasn't gonna make this the one that I decided to miss out on. Even though I probably should have. You know, I was watching the game and then I just turned it off. I'm not gonna lie to you boys. Uh it wasn't particularly enjoyable. It was not very noteworthy. The numbers weren't great on most guys' parts, and none of the guys that I was really focusing on watching, trying to see them bounce back games or just see them get a little bit more developmental work get done. Didn't really see much of it. Um, so I took a shower during the fourth quarter, and I was like, "Dang, I wonder what the score is to the game." So I asked Siri. Siri said, "The Utah Jazz are currently being demolished by the Houston Rockets, 137 to 106." I didn't know Siri had that level of logic. I didn't know she had that vocabulary in her bag to pull from. So I asked her again. Same thing. Utah Jazz game score. She said, "The Utah Jazz are being crushed 137 to 106 by the Houston Rockets." I said, "Yeah, it's time to pack it up, guys. It's been a great run. We're dying inside." And people still went to the game, you know? And when there's home games, people still go to those too. But we're almost finished. We almost don't have to watch these anymore, guys. Hopefully, after an off season of development, things will be somewhat better. I just feel sorry for Will Hardy having to command this sinking ship. What's good, Zay? You said jazz season is over. Prepare for playoff hoops. Man, it got ugly. It got ugly. But, um, to be polite, we're gonna go through the normal stroke of things that we always do, right, boys? So, the Utah Jazz lost 119 to 147 to the Houston Rockets. Now, you saw a starting lineup that saw Colin Sexton get thrown back in the mix in place of Chris Dunn, who still came off the bench. Now, if anybody watched the game, you will recall that Chris Dunn played 6 minutes and 28 seconds because him and Jabari Smith Jr. got into it. Jabari Smith Jr. Obviously started it because what does Chris Dunn do starting a fight? 10 times out of 10, and in fact, 11 times out of 10, if Chris Dunn gets into something, it's because the other guy started it. And it led to an ejection for both parties. That said, Taylor Hendricks, 27 minutes, 4 of 9 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3, had 6 boards, 1 block, 1 turnover, 9 points total, box score plus minus, -17. Johnny started at at the power forward spot today. Um, Honestly, I would have rather seen Bryce Sensabaugh, but they're giving Johnny his fair shake, and he has had a couple of sneaky good games out here. So he wasn't too bad in his 20 minutes, 45 seconds. 3 of 5 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 1 assist. That was it. 8 points, box score plus minus of a -7. John Collins played almost 20 minutes, 7 of 9 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3, 9 of 10 from the free throw line. He had 6 boards, 3 of them being offensive. He had 1 assist, 1 steal, and 2 turnovers, 25 points, which led our team. Box score plus minus of a -16. Keontae George in 31 and a half minutes did not have a bounce back game. So this makes him, 3 or 4 games down now, where he's just honestly been not great. And by not great, I mean his shooting numbers have been looking very, very not good at all. 4 of 13 from the field. That's 30.8% for those keeping tally at home. 2 of 9 from 3, 5 of 6 from the free throw line, and then he had 4 rebounds. He did have 5 assists and only 2 turnovers, so that's something to look at. 15 total points, but he had the worst box score plus minus across the entire game at -30. Colin Sexton filling up that other spot, played in 35, basically 36 minutes. 7 of 17 from the field, 41%. 1 of 2 from three. He was 5 of 6 from the free throw line. He had one rebound. He had a team leading 8 assists, one steal. He had no turnovers in his 36 minutes, which was very impressive from him. And honestly, that made me feel like some sort of positive. He also had 1/3 of the team's assists in total tonight because the team as a whole had 24. He had a box score plus minus of a -9. Chris Dunn, side note, in that 6.5 minutes was a -20 box score plus minus. Like, crazy. Bryce Sensabaugh in 27 minutes, 5 of 14, but 2 of 10 from three. 4 or 5 from the free throw line, though. 4 boards, 4 assists, and 2 turnovers. Total of 16 points, making him the third leading scorer. And the box score plus minus of a -14. You saw Walker Kessler not be too bad. In 28 minutes, 5 of 8 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Had 9 rebounds, 3 of them being offensive. He had an assist. He had 3 blocks, which led the team. The only other person with a block was Taylor Hendricks, of course. And then he had 1 turnover, total of 12 points in a box score plus minus of also a -12. Now, we also found ourselves in a situation where Micah Potter played 17, almost 18 minutes. 0-2 from the field. Both of them were threes. He had 3 rebounds and nothing else. Box score plus minus of a -4. Not much to talk about there. But surprisingly enough, the only bright spot, and so the thing that we will focus on the most was going to be, Kyrie Lewis Jr. because he was pretty solid in the minutes that he played. I'm not gonna lie. That's the that's the most interesting part of it all, if I am to be so frank about it. He did end up going 4 of 9 from the field. He shot, 44%. He was 1 of 3 from three, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. He had 5 rebounds. He had 4 assists, 2 turnovers, 12 points, basketball plus minus of a -11. So all across the board, this is the first game where he's played substantial minutes, if I'm going to be honest. Now there's been a couple other games where he's obviously touched the court for a Jazz. This is the first time I saw him get like a real chance. And I didn't hate the numbers. He's not as weak as I thought he was gonna be. All in all, it wasn't great, of course, but he might, still have a place. I understand why he didn't get bought out. Understandably so. Overall, though, there are not particularly bright spots for us on this team. What you said, Pete? You said at least George didn't have as many turnovers. Yup. Is that you said hopefully this offseason Jazz make moves to clear direction since this roster is too good without injuries. Fair. Not even fun to watch. I didn't watch much, but I did see Bowler Pass game. Bowler Pass game say the youth is direction. The youth is what you call it? The youth is direction. Oh, is the direction the Jazz are going. They're gaining experience. The problem with Bowler's comment is that we're playing a bunch of guys that are really not the Jazz long-term plans. Fair. He said, "What experience youth gained? How many? How to take it? You get to see one young player that have said that guy is going to contribute to a winning team." Calling out a good game. Yeah, he wasn't terrific shooting from the field. He was, all of that. 7 of 17. But overall, 41% from the field. He was 1 of 2 from three. He was 5 of 6 from the free throw line. So his shooting percentage across the board actually wasn't as bad as I'm making it out to be. And he did go 8 assists to 0 turnovers, which is great, honestly. Said playing a bunch of G League guys, not building towards a championship. I think a big thing is they have to be able to say that they gave all the guys an opportunity. You said, looking forward, who do you see on a team next year? Honestly, I think, okay, next year is going to be worse. Wow. That we'll see around like we did the past 2 years. I'm not going to lie. So this whole roster completely healthy. I need to see more Bryce Sensabaugh consistency. I know he can score at an efficient rate. I need to see it more, right? The past couple games, him and Keontae George have been in this magnanimous slump, right? You can't be shooting 30% from the field. That's egregious. You can't. Taylor Hendricks is finally finding some footing, right? I actually really like Taylor Hendricks right now. I like him a little bit more than I thought I was going to. even though I knew he had a very high ceiling, being able to see him adjust this much early on is still great. He was 1 of 4 from three, but I'm not mad at it, right? Rebounds decently, pretty solid on the defensive side of the ball, not extremely turnover prone offensively. Today, he had a good day from a personal foul standpoint. He played 27 minutes, 27 and a half minutes, had three personals, not as bad as what we've seen the past couple games from him. We're also looking at, Johnny has had his moments. I'm not the biggest Johnny believer, but Johnny has had his moments. So I guess you could argue that he deserves the opportunity to prove he's not an NBA caliber player at this point in his career just yet. With that being understood, obviously John Collins under contract for a minute, still playing him. Keontae is supposed to be something. And he's something, all right. Um, Not great, but he's something. Collins been Colin fighting for his life on his own. Chris Dunn, had his incident today. That never happens. Ultimately hurt us long term, I guess, for tonight at least. Bryce was Bryce. Um, Walker was Walker. Uh, it's, ooh, yes, it was Kyrie Lewis Jr. and Kyle Sexton were the brightest spots for this game, and then I guess John Collins, if you want to count that as well. But yeah, there wasn't really super like, oh my goodness, look at this type of moments. You said it was the first game I actually turned off the season, and I can't blame you. I cannot blame you at all. We got to get Keontae out of that slump. He'll get out of it. I don't know what we can do to get him out of it. I'm not gonna lie, because we played him at the 2 today. We didn't play him at the 1. So you think if he was in the slump, him just having the responsibility of more so shooting the rock and being able to get shots up with the green light as opposed to being also responsible for distributing the ball and putting guys in position to score would make it a little bit easier for him. And it didn't. It did not help. That 2 of 9 from 3 was also not good. I still want to believe it's a slump, so I'm still gonna call it a slump. We're supposed to lose these games anyways. We're not gonna get better. So I judge him with a grain of salt. Now, if the expectation was for us to win these games, and that was the whole like we want to close out the season on a win streak, and he plays like this, I cook him very badly actually. But since we kind of this is the what I've labeled a soft tanking because they're not directly saying we're gonna see if we can get the best draft pick possible. They're just saying, hey, we're playing all our young guys to see what we have, and whatever comes from it, win, lose or draw, it is what it is. Fun fact: you're losing most of them, buddy, and that's what. Golly. That's what most of it's been. That's what most of it's been. And tonight was really, the worst part of it because we gave up darn near 150. Let me actually look at these game charts. I don't want to look at these game charts. Never mind. I'm just gonna go to the summary and look at the quarter by quarter. 47 in the first quarter to our 21. 38 in the second quarter to our 34, not bad. 37 in the third quarter to our 36, not bad. 28 in the fourth quarter for us to their 25. But that first quarter, we came out and got the backhand of a lifetime. They were not playing when they said these gentlemen were on a win streak. This man, Jalen Green, my twin, is cooking. Fun fact, look up high school Jalen Green and go back to any video where I have my hair out, and it'll make you laugh a little bit. That's the only thing that'll make you laugh because this game certainly didn't. I will tell you that much. This game made me want to vomit. We said again, Keys. Yeah, I'm tired of this Lowry injury. In the next game, he's fine. In the next game, he's hurt. Yeah, let's just call a spade and let Lowry sit this one out. Honestly, just send him home with pay because I'm tired of him being subjected to this belligerent nonsense that we're doing right here. It's actually like disgusting. I'm not gonna lie. It's genuinely just, nasty. Just nasty. Yeah. We know Keontae has it. He's going to take time. to improve his handle as well. I don't know about you guys, but I love the Stephon Castle in this draft. Yeah, he's projected 10th. His size is great. His defense is great. He rebounds really well. He gotta improve the shooting. Yeah, in my opinion, if the Jazz wants a true rebuild, they gotta trade Lowry and Sexton. Both players never made it to the playoffs. They've also been in piss poor situations, I would say. Zay. Now, the sentiment has been growing on me that maybe we should trade Lowry. The thing that kind of still holds me in reservance for it is because I do believe that Lowry, if you can build a genuine championship contender in 4 years' time, right? Lowry at what, 30, 30, 31, playing at worst the same way he plays right now, right? Like let's say he gets no dribble package, he gets no handle game whatsoever going on. He's just a catch and shoot kind of guy. A Clay Thompson, but big, right? I still like that as a third option on my team. And if now is that a then you're talking about, okay, is he worth the max contract at that point? Um, I don't know. But right now we don't have a lot of guys that are worth. We have nobody that's worth the max contract. So shoulder shrug. Difference of opinions on that. I know a lot of people feel like if a guy's not playing up to max contract standard, don't pay him regardless. Then you have some guys where it's like, you know, because you don't have that level of player on your roster to begin with, you might as well pay him. And then if you don't like it after a couple seasons, you'll have burned a significant amount of that contract and he'll be more tradable. At the same time, I've heard some people say that he'll be part of a sign and trade situation. Um, they'll extend his contract out and get him a send off. I like Lowry. I appreciate Lowry. I appreciate all he's done. Um, it sucks because to me, if no trade was done at the deadline, that was a playoff caliber team. That was a seventh seed team, a six seed team at best. But it was a playoff team, and not a deep playoff team, but a playoff team nevertheless. And the fact that you always have Colin Sexton, who, remember, he came in to Cleveland right after LeBron left. That man said at his, like, when he got drafted on stage, on the mic, "Hey, LeBron, I can't wait to come out there and win with you." Then LeBron went to LA. So he got given the immediate the Kyrie Irving treatment. They were doo-doo water. They were terrible. And so he gets the rap for not having been on a playoff team when he was never put in a position to be on a playoff team. And, you know, it sucks, but that's the way it was. Similar thing with Lowry. He was with the Bulls. And whether we like it or not, the Bulls have never, like, honestly, I think MJ just burned all their luck up. All their opportunities to win, MJ took all of it for the next 50 years because they haven't been a competent organization recently. They win just enough games. Like right now, I'm pretty sure they're closer to the Rockets record than ours. I think they have 32-ish wins. I want to say they have a losing record, but it's only by like 3 or 4 games. Um, but nobody looks at the Bulls and says, "Oh, that's a real good playoff team." I mean, back in the D Rose days, you could, but after D Rose, what is there? We're a whole decade past it now. There's nothing. And Lowry's been shifted around a little bit, and here he is now with us. And I don't think it's really fair to him for us to criticize him for never being on a playoff caliber team, particularly because of his play style, for one. Because that'd be like if Klay Thompson was on the Pistons, right? Still the same Klay Thompson, but he's on the Pistons. Say the Pistons have never been a really good basketball team since the '90s, right? So you can't really blame the guy for not being on a playoff team because his skill set doesn't allow him to take over a game and put and lead his team into the playoffs. That's not how his skill set is built for. Similar thing with Lowry. Now you could argue that Colin Sexton's a little bit stronger and capable of that, but he's also an undersized guard in today's league. If you said this 2012, 2014, you still had the Kemba Walkers running the league a little bit. John Wall was a mainstay at was all of 6'3". If you want to give him 6'4", you give him 6'4". You had prime Kyle Lowry. You had Chris Paul being tough. You had like a bunch of shorter guards that were still like up there. And now, really, what do you think of? You think of uh Stephen Curry at 6'3", but he's the greatest shooter of all time, so you can't really count him because he's an anomaly to begin with. Just comes down to, how you feel about it, I guess. What's good, Lee? Yeah, man. Hope we trade Lowry. It's probably the most likely situation, I think. By the way, guys, Colin Sexton's our best shooter. It's not a debate. If you think I'm crazy, go look at the advanced numbers on front. Lowry's contract year is next season. Yeah. I don't think Lowry's a max. I can understand that. Lowry is a catch and shoot shooter. That's it. He can't shoot off the dribble. He shoots 20% off the dribble. And the nastiest thing, the Bulls front office is hilarious, more than hilarious, honestly. They make me think I should take a seat at their table. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'd make some better moves. They said when in this trade deadline, I said, you know what? They said we should blow it up. We should blow it up, guys. We're not getting anywhere. We're not going to be successful with this roster. This isn't going to be a championship caliber team. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and rebuild. Their vice president said, no. N-O. No. You know what they did at the trade deadline? Traded nothing. And here we are. Now you could argue, you like a Kobe White, DeMar DeRozan duo. I don't know how well Kobe White alongside a healthy Lonzo Ball looks. Side note, I love that Lonzo Ball got cleared for more advanced, basketball movements. I love it. I think they should trade him. I don't think they should keep him. I love me some Lonzo Ball, and if he can actually be healthy and play once again in the league after his situation, I welcome it with all open arms. Whether it be on the Jazz, whether he gets traded to the Jazz or somewhere else, I just want him to have the opportunity to play meaningful basketball. I don't want him. Side note, number one, I really want to see him just touch a court again. I don't want to see him touch a court and play pointless minutes. That defeats the whole purpose of him coming back. I want to see it. That doesn't have to be a contender, but a playoff team. I want to see him really get the opportunity to compete and floor raise a team, make guys better around him, give guys the opportunity to make plays for themselves and put them in positions to make plays for themselves. That's what I want, meaningfully. I don't want him to come. I stay in North Carolina. I don't want to see him on the Charlotte Hornets. That's a waste of his talent, right? Now, maybe you could say it'll help LaMelo Ball mature and be a better, I don't know, and maybe make him try harder on defense. He's made of glass anyway, so it really doesn't matter because he can't stay healthy. And as they say, availability is sometimes the best ability. And while it doesn't always stay true, I do largely agree in that situation. It's all over the place. You said as much as I wanted Lowry and Sexton to stay in Cleveland, knowing what we know now, I don't know if JB would implement Eurobasket Lowry and the relationship between Sexton. It's fair play. Fair play. They said they don't accept mediocrity. Oh, they are the definition of mediocrity. Going to be sad if we trade Lowry, but I feel like we need to. It's getting to that point, honestly. And I understand this is like a rebuild thing, and these games are going to be ugly. We can't just, this isn't like 2K where you can just simulate to the end of the season. I understand that, but I don't like looking at this tape. This tape is ugly. You know how hard it is to be a student of the game and just rewatch bad footage. Like not, guys are just missing shots, but see plays get run wrong. See guys miscommunicating consistently on offense and defense. Seeing guys not close out on shooters. Seeing guys not fight through picks and screens and down screens and back cuts and everything. Just seeing guys not play good basketball. And then watching it on repeat, game after game. And then watching it on your own time, by your own choice, to basically punish yourself. I hate it. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be honest. It's some of the most annoying anything I could ever do. But it's just it feels unavoidable at this point. I'm not gonna lie. It feels unavoidable. I don't know. You said Lonzo needs another year before to play basketball just to be safe. Yeah, I'd probably agree with you. Yeah, because being that he just got like, if we were in November and they made the announcement about how far he's progressed, then I'd be like, "Oh, we might see him next year." But I don't like even if it's halfway through next season, right? And they're like, "Oh, he's good to go." Let him scrimmage a little bit in practice. That's it. Let him scrimmage a little bit. Let him get conditioned. And then next season, let's see the boy ball. Let's see him hoop. No pun intended. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the best thing. You got get your superstars through the draft, and the Flowers on the team will never be bad enough to get a good pick. That's the path. Bulls 34 and 37. Yeah, so they're about 3-4 games under 500. Yeah. We said I still have faith in Bryce Sensabaugh's 3-point shot. He's got to work off this season. He'll get better. Yeah, I'm actually higher on Bryce Sensabaugh than I thought I was originally going to be. Now I was higher than most on Bryce Sensabaugh and Taylor Hendricks, but Bryce has largely been more impressive in general. And I have to praise him on defensively because that was our biggest thing for him. Like we thought he was going to be hot dog water defensively. We thought he was going to let guys just run past him. And he's not in the greatest shape. If you watch this man, he's kind of built like a straight down. We need to see some. I like to see some curves on my players. Pause. But I like to see a little bit like a little bit of chiseledness, a little bit of Greek, like that ancient Greek mythology, Greek god type build. Something, some Zeus, some Poseidon, some Hercules. Demigod realm. Like, give me something. And he's like, no, but it works right now at least. I like his condition to get a little bit better. Um, Obviously we like his 3-point shooting to get a lot better. If you're gonna take 10 threes, brother, you better make four. If you're gonna shoot 10 threes, you better make four. Because I guarantee you, ain't no way you got left open 10 times. That's all. He said, do you guys see the flashes of Taylor Hendricks getting a poster soon? Mm, we need to be like Oklahoma. Borderline impossible for us to do it the way we're moving. He said, Bryce gonna be nice in a few years, maybe a big leap next season. That would be nice. I believe in this rebuild, but these losses are so difficult. Hey, took the words right out of my mouth, brother. Holy balls. Nah, no. Bulls, no one wants Levine. Yeah. Levine sat there and said, I don't want to get traded to it. I don't want to get stuck here since we're not going to trade me. So let me go ahead and get this surgery done so I could just be done with this season and sit in a fit every game. If Luka Doncic wants out, he's coming to Utah. We have enough picks. Hey, we got if we can get Luka, bring Luka here. Bring him here. If you want the Jazz to be like, okay, see, they got to trade for Hero since he's has some playoff experience. I don't want Luka. I will accept Luka. I don't love Luka though. I'm gonna say that. I love the floor that Luka gives us, but I don't know the ceiling with Luka. That's the biggest thing, because Luka's defense leaves so much to be desired. And as a guy that's very defensively minded, like I am, I can't watch a tall point guard. Right, I watch Colin Sexton be a dog night in and night out, and just not be good enough on defense sometimes. Sometimes he puts a hand up and he's just not tall enough, right? He puts a hand up and he's all 6'2", somebody's 6'6", they jump for a jumper, he jumps to defend it, his hand comes right here. They don't see that, right? But if somebody's cooking on Luka Doncic, that brother's like 6'6", 6'7", and he's still getting fried. It's not enjoyable, and to me, it's like he gets hunted on defense way too easily. He gets put in a lot of situations he shouldn't be, and maybe you could argue that Jason Kidd is at fault, and I do say Jason Kidd is at fault because he is one of the smoke duckers in the coaching realm, similar to Doc Rivers. They'll make every excuse, but even attempt to take accountability for anything they could have schemed, anything they could have coached, or anything. Um, you know, but I still say he's not perfect. He's not perfect just yet. I don't know. I think he provides a great floor though, a great floor. He said Tyler Hero has no defense. Luke is great, but I don't love him. They got to build through the draft. So game been super busy, but I'm here. He said I'm here to say we trash. Oh. Nah, Zach, you're right, bro. We struggling. We are struggling, man. The Jazz have almost got Hero before. Don't want to give many picks up. Yeah. Honestly, at this point, might as well. Might as well. If I'm gonna give up 150 anyways, give me somebody that can help me get to 120. Give me 125. I can't. We out here 119, 147, 28. We got 28 piece. Not only did we get 28 piece, it wasn't because they were strapping us. We hold on. So trash. We suck. This isn't even real. This is the Houston Rockets. This is I'm gonna all right, so we're gonna go through this in the most simplistic way possible. Just to give it a little context. We were 40 for 89 shooting tonight. 44.9%. Respectable, cool, nothing too crazy. 11 for 37 for three. That's bad three-point shooting, right? 29.7%. That's not great. We don't like that. But from the free throw line, we were 28 for 33. That's 84.8%. It's a lot of free throws, and we made a lot of them. That's really good. That's one thing we have been consistent on this season. Now let's look at the Houston Rockets. 54 for 97. 55.7% shooting from the field. Oh, but certainly they didn't shoot great from three-point range, right? I lied. 27 of 49. What is that percent? 55.1. Wow. 12 of 14 from the free throw line. 55% on 50 attempts. On 50 attempts. 15 of which were Fred VanVleet, the 6'5'11" phenom originally from Toronto. And then 7 from my twin, who I can't get mad. We let him shoot 7 of 11. I'm not gonna lie. He's been on a run lately. I gotta respect it. 7 of 11 from the three-point line, 15 of 22 from the field for Jalen Green. He gave us 41. His box score plus minus was better than Keontae George's was negative. He had a plus 31. Fred VanVleet was a plus 29. Jalen Green scored 41 in 33 minutes. Fred VanVleet scored 34 in 28 minutes. He was 11 of 16, 10 of 15 from three. He shot one two-pointer and he made it. Everything else came from beyond the arc. We saw the midget outside the arc. We knew he could only shoot because that's what he had done all game, and we still let him shoot. Yeah. Why? We let old man Jeff Green come off the bench and give us 21. He played 25 minutes with 7 of 14 from the field, 4 of 8 from three, hit all 3 of his free throws, had 4 boards, an assist, and 2 blocks. He had 2 out of the 3 blocks for the team. You know where the other block came from? Nate Williams. That's right. Who? I don't know either. He only played 8.5 minutes. We're ass. Like, it's actually not funny anymore. It's so terrible. It's got to be hilarious at this point. 55% on almost 100 field goal attempts, over half of which were threes. Over half, not almost half, not kind of half, not a little over a third, not over a quarter, half. 49 of 97. Houston Rockets birthday gift to me. They said, "We know the Jazz didn't play yesterday, so we're gonna give you a whooping you'll remember." I'll never forget this one. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. What did we say? Um, sorry. I can't even read the comments with a straight face. Mm. Okay, we're back. We're back. We're back. I'm locked in again. I'm locked in again. The Jazz almost got Hero, but didn't want to give too many picks up. Yeah, we'll be okay. Everybody else going to March Madness games. I haven't gone to any, but I've been keeping tabs on them. We almost had Porzingis. That would have been a great help. You know, who's your favorite draft prospects? Castle. I don't have it on my other. I have it on my other laptop. I had like 3 or 4 that I was really looking at. I like the lengthier wings. There's one guy that's 6'10". He's overseas. He's in the Euro League right now, I think. I cannot remember his name to say for the life of me. But I think I'm gonna make a video about him specifically because I really like the way his style is and how he could potentially help us. Like the floor of him as a player is like pretty high, and the floor of him at his best is also really high. So I'm gonna try and make that video. You said Utah Jazz News, is that you? No, actually, it's not. I've been peeping that channel, and it's been growing pretty substantially. I'm happy for whoever it is, but no, it doesn't happen to me. Maybe. Zach, you said we suck. Clip that. Might as well. I love Stephon Castle. Yeah, Cody Williams isn't a bad pick either. Yeah, I can respect that. Yeah. On the bright side, I got a Keontae black jersey with a pair of my purple Lowry one. Hey, that's a good duo. That's a good duo. Said Bryce does look better than the last year at OD, at OSU. Yeah. W Zachary. When you lose to the Rockets, it's time to wave the white flag. Basically, he said, "Thank you, thank you." Jalen Green isn't this good. Lucky game. Holy, I'm not gonna lie. He's been on a tear recently, so I gotta give him the benefit of the doubt. But letting him fry us like this is actually like crazy. It's actually crazy. Getting fried by 2 guys. 2 guys? You let 2 guys give you 75 points? You let 2 guys give you a quarter of give you 3/4 of your scoring? Wouldn't be me. Have so many Donovan jerseys. It's just the Jazz suck time and time again. It's just the Jazz luck time and time again. Yeah. Yeah, I have my blue Don jersey in the bottom of my hamper currently. Jalen been hooping since he got the child. He got a child on the way. I'm not gonna lie. Since it got released with what's her name? Burgess, Burgos, whoever the 40-year-old lady is. Yeah, that man been hooping. He been hooping. He need him a max. That's what he said. I need it for the diapers and the formula. Because I know she's not gonna take care of my child. That baby's gonna be cooked. He said, got 2 Kessler jerseys, 2 Lowry ones, and a Sexton. Keontae too. Man, we trash defense was so bad. Yeah, but imagine Chris connected on that swing. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, it would have made the game worth it. It would have made the game worth it. Single-handedly. Because what was this? What are the numbers I just read out? What actually are the numbers I just read out? Sexton, our best player. Yeah, what's good, Incognito? Dunn needs to relax sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Dunn is such a difficult player to rile up. It was actually wild to see that happen. So once he got riled up, I was like, bro, Chris Dunn? Of all people on the team, Chris Dunn? Not a THT, not one of the rookies, not even Colin Sexton. Chris Dunn? With the Boosie fade? That Chris Dunn? The one that's never for some reason allowed to play more than 22 minutes a game? You got him turning up? What the heck just happened? Like, bro, what? He said, they got to stop forcing George to be a point guard end of the season on a good note by letting Sexton lead. I would even start fun. Sexton again, just have some positives. I'm tired, man. I'm tired of watching this. Now we need to play some defense. I watched them let them get so many open threes. Oh yeah, it was more than open. The bank account was, their pockets was flooded at the end of this one. Their pockets were flooded. He said them forcing it with the rookies, especially George, sucking the life out of the team. In my opinion, you got to establish a balance. Yeah, yeah, it's not great. He would have broke the dude's jaw. Would have turned into Kelvin McKellen. I'm not gonna lie, it would have been bad. It would have been bad. I'm not gonna lie. I want to know. I want to know like the full story behind it. I want to know what was said. I want to know what was said. Like you know that one meme. I wonder what he did to make that so mad. Like I want to know. I have to know. Cause bro, Chris Dunn of all people, Chris Dunn. That's wild. Seeing Chris Dunn get excited like that would be like if I saw Taylor Hendricks do that. Taylor Hendricks has like he's like so medium the entire time. I couldn't imagine Taylor Hendricks getting like pissed. Like, bro, what? Like even I'm not gonna lie, even the Rockets coach be talking. What's his name? Ime Udoka. When he that time he was talking to LeBron like LeBron ain't spank him when he was a player and as a coach. Craziest stuff ever, by the way. But I guess they just get it from him. Lawlessness. Lawlessness in Houston, guys. They need to do something there. But they pieced us up, so I can only say but so much. They gave us 147 on 55% shooting. I can't talk trash about that. They got it. Hey, you got it, big boy. I'm not gonna lie. They got us. They we got dealt with. We got dealt with. Man, oh man. We said remember Key is a rookie is sweet. It was sweet at first, especially for his birthday, but now it's time to learn the guard. You gotta do something. Gotta do something, man. But I didn't want to keep you gentlemen too long. We didn't really have any positives to talk about except for Kyrie Lewis Jr. Sexton had a solid game, particularly distributing the ball, eight assists, no turnovers. We had the little incident that resulted in ejections, but nothing really else to talk about. I'm not gonna lie to you. Um, any thoughts, questions, comments, or concerns before I, lay down and pretend to sleep soundly? Cause this ain't it. Oh, this isn't it. He's not actually a PG. Never played the role of one position is not a necessity. I just need him to shoot more efficiently from the field. I'm not gonna lie. I don't need Keontae to be the greatest like point guard type of guy, but I do need his defense to get a little bit better. And I need him to shoot well from the floor because when his defense isn't so great, we can always excuse it because he's really efficient from the field. That's the only reason why Colin Sexton is playable at this point. If Colin Sexton was putting up Keontae George shooting splits, brother would have been on the bench. Not gonna lie. But then we could also look at THT and say, why does he play? He said THT plays for the tank. I'm not gonna lie, that's the only way it makes sense. It's the only thing that makes sense. And there was a point where I was actually defending him this season, There was one point. I was like, you know what? This guy, he's actually okay. He's just not probably built for our system. But now he just be out there doing stuff. I'm not gonna lie. He be out there just doing stuff. And we're just living the dream, boys. We're just living the dream. We're trying to somehow. Yeah. That make him want to work is right. But yeah, guys, I don't wanna. Oh yeah, for sure. Kenny getting 52 in the G League was crazy. Oh, that was a different level of insane. I'm not gonna lie. That caught me so off guard. But I'm here for a 52, 16, and 5. Give it to me every time. But it happens. It happens. Nevertheless, maybe we'll see something more substantial coming. I don't know. Thomas from our G League team. Yep, 4 games. It took 4 games, him putting up 30, like 32, 34, 38, 42. And they were like, oh, yeah, bring us Isaiah Thomas, please. We need him now. And then played him 2 minutes the first game. But that's not the point. He got back in the league instantly, basically. Shout out to us, right? Shout out to us. Our G League team, at least. Nevertheless, boys, appreciate y'all sticking this one out with me. I know it was not the most enjoyable outcome of any game we've ever seen, and honestly, it was one of the worst. It gives me like that midseason game we played against the like it might have been a third way through the season when we played against the Dallas Mavericks and got pieced up by 50. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. But here we are, just doing stuff. Nevertheless, as always, I appreciate you boys tuning into the live stream. I know we didn't enjoy the game. There wasn't really many bright spots. Hopefully, we'll see some more positives from some of the rookies, some of the younger guys that we really need. Hopefully, Colin Sexton can keep trying to be that middle piece of success and that strong, leading guy for us. Trying to get the guys to show some level of life, some level of competitive nature, and keep us in some games that we honestly have no business being in at this point. And with any luck, season can't get worse. It cannot get worse than this loss right here. That's what we have to look forward to next game, boys. With that being said, it's your boy Wraith Hoops. Thanks for tuning in this live stream. Make sure to like the video, comment your thoughts below, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and become a member of the channel to help support the content. With that being said, and if all hearts and minds are clear, as always, good morning, good evening, and good night, no matter where you are in the globe watching. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.